Hello students, welcome to Easy Elimu Learning Simplified. I am your teacher, Mr. Stanley Umbogo. So dear students, welcome to the continuation that is of God Sees the Truth But Waits by Leo Tolstoy. So far we have been able to look at the plot summary. We have looked at some of the major thematic concerns that we have in the story, and right about now allow me take you through the character portrayals and the character roles of those who are involved, or rather the characters we have in the story. So here's a list of characters that we have in the story, that is before getting to look at their traits and maybe some of the portrayals. So we have got the first character who is also the protagonist of the story by the name Ivan Dmitrich Aksionov. So Aksionov is a merchant from Vladimir who is falsely accused and convicted of murdering a merchant from Ryazan and robbing him of 20,000 rubles. So he spends 26 years in prison, during which time he becomes meek, devout, and respected by his fellow prisoners. So we also have the second character, that is Makar Semyonich. So he is a convicted horse thief and one of the new prisoners in Aksionov's prison. So Makar Semyonich is revealed to be the actual murderer of the merchant who had framed Aksionov for the crime. So he expresses remorse. He expresses remorse and asks Ivan Aksionov for forgiveness before confessing to his crime. So we also have that is Aksionov's wife, who is a loving and devoted wife who stays by her husband's side through his trials and tribulations. So she desperately tries to prove his innocence by sending petitions to the Caesar and visiting him in prison, but to no avail. So we also have the governor of the prison. So this is the person who is in charge of the prison where Ivan Aksionov is incarcerated. So he is portrayed as a fair and just person who trusts Aksionov's word. So we also have the convoy soldiers. So these are the guards who escort the convicts to work, and they play a role in finding Makar Semyonit's channel, that is the tunnel, the escape tunnel he was trying to dig. So there are also other convicts in the prison who are the fellow prisoners with whom Ivan Aksionov share his prison sentence. So they respect and regard Aksionov as a saintly figure and make him the spokesman for their petitions to the authorities. So let's start by looking at the character traits of that is the protagonist, who is Ivan Aksionov. So these are some of his character traits and the character that he portrays. So we are told that he is honest. Sorry, he is honest. So Ivan Aksionov is honest and truthful, as he is always willing to tell the truth, even if it may be detrimental to him. So he is just a man who is unwilling to betray Makar Semyonich, knowing that he would be flogged if he did. So he is also forgiving. So Ivan Aksionov is able to forgive Makar Semyonich despite the fact that he spent 26 years in prison, suffered, and lost his family due to Makar's actions. So he had a willingness to forgive and reconcile when Makar asked for forgiveness. We also have that is the meek. So a meek person who is always willing to take the blame for things he has not done. So he was falsely accused of the murder of a merchant, yet uh, he does not defend himself. Instead, he suffers the punishment willingly. So he is also meek. Then another character trait that we can talk about is that he is religious. So Ivan Aksionov is a man of strong religious beliefs. He prays and and refers that is to God throughout the story. He makes reference to God throughout the story. So he trusts that God will guide his actions, and ultimately he believes in God's judgment rather than the judgment of humans. So he is also patient. We are told that he is patient throughout his time in prison. Even as he continues to hope for release, he waits for God's judgment. He remains patient and calm even in the face of injustice and suffering. So he is also just. That is he is a truthful and just person, known to be trustworthy by the prison authorities. So another thing is that he is empathetic. That is, he shows empathy and understanding towards Makar after he confesses to be the murderer, and later he forgives Makar. So let's look at the second character, that is Makar Semyonich. So some of the character traits of Makar Semyonich is that he is deceitful. So Makar is deceitful as he killed the merchant, framed Aksionov by putting the knife in his bag and lied to the authorities about his involvement. So he is a liar. So he's also remorseful. Uh, we are told that Makar is remorseful as he begged for Aksionov's forgiveness, regretted his actions, and confessed his guilt to the authorities. Then another thing is that he is self-centered. So we are told that Makar is self-centered. This is because he is mainly focused on saving himself. So he tries to escape and offering Ivan Dmitrich as a sacrificial lamb instead of himself. So another thing is that he is cowardly. So he runs away and hid when he heard some noise and when he was confronted by Aksionov. So another thing is that he is non-empathetic. So Makar did not show empathy towards Aksionov's suffering and only thought of his own safety and release. So let's look at the third character, who is Aksionov's wife. So about Aksionov's wife, some of the character traits that we are able to identify is number one, she is loving and caring. So remember, she is a wife and a mother who is devastated by her husband's wrongful imprisonment. So she tries, goes ahead and tries to write petition to the Caesar, that is in attempt to prove the husband's innocence, but to no avail. So she is also resilient and determined. So as she takes her young children with her to visit Aksionov in prison and pleads with the officials to allow her to see him. So she doesn't give up. So eventually she's allowed in to go and see the husband and even take the children to him. So she's also selfless. This is a scene also as she petitions to the Caesar for Aksionov's release, even though it is not bearing any fruit. So that marks the end, dear students, of the session, and please keep it easy, Limu. Until next time, once again, I am your teacher, Mr. Stanley Umbogo. Bye.